Dear all, Namaste and welcome to today's English class of grade 10. We are in Unit 5, Science and Experiment. Okay, so we have been carried out different experiments, science experiments in this lesson, right? Today we are dealing with grammar session today, okay? So we will do all the exercises and activities given in grammar I and grammar II. So all of you please be ready with your textbook. Are you ready? And all the essential materials. Okay, let's get started with grammar I conditional statements. Okay, here it goes. First question to you. What would you do if you were a rock star? Okay, what would you do if you were a rock star? So how you should answer? You have to start with if I were a rock star. So if I were a rock star, what would you do? Of course, a rock star, I would sing many songs. Rock star would sing songs, right? Many popular songs. And then I would meet my fans. So many fans there would be. I would meet my fans. And then I would visit many countries, right? So what are these sentences based on? Obviously, these sentences are based on condition. What is the condition? If I were a rock star. And this is called hypothetical situation. This is not the real one. If you become a rock star only, then these activities can be possible. So if I were a rock star, so instead of rock star, you could say anything. If I were a prime minister of Nepal, what would you do? I would do this, I would do that. So different activities I would. If I were a bird, I would fly in the sky. I would stay in a tree, right? Different activities. So these are hypothetical statement, depend on the condition. Conditional. So such kind of sentences are called conditional sentences, right? We are going to practice such sentences in our grammar I and grammar II sessions. Okay, look at here what exercise is given over here. First activity A, matching. All right, match the clauses in column A with their appropriate continuation in column B. Okay, so matching, there won't be any problem, there won't be much problem, because we can read the situation and match their continuation. We can easily recognize their continuation. So let's match what's there in column A. If you go to Taplejung, so what happens if you go to Taplejung? What would happen? What happens if you go to Taplejung? Here is the answer. Right. Did you guess the right same one? You can see Pathivara temple. Condition. What is the condition? If you go to Taplejung, you can see Pathivara temple. Condition is there, right? Conditional. Okay, let's go to B. You will get well soon. When? When you will get well soon. So we have to search for the next situation. Where is it in column B? Is it I? Is it II? Unless you go behind it, if you follow the doctor's advice, what could it be? If you heat water? No, it is I. If you follow the doctor's advice, obviously, right? You'd get well soon if you follow the doctor's advice. C. The horse won't kick you. The horse won't kick you. What is the condition? unless you go behind it, if you hit water, if I did not reach the bus stop on time. Obviously these options do not match. What is the most suitable one? Unless you go behind it. Yes, this is the answer. Unless you go behind it. Let's go to D. If I were you, what's the condition? If I were you, what happens? If you hit water, if I did not reach, I would see a doctor. They won't have any misunderstanding. If I were you, I would see a doctor. Okay, it's a kind of suggestions as well, right? Yes, these kind of statements we use for suggestions as well. If I were you, I would see a doctor. Then E, what happens? What happens? So condition. We need to match it with condition. What happens if you hit water? Okay, this is this one. Then F, I would miss the bus. I would miss the bus when? We need a kind of condition over here, right? I would miss the bus if I did not reach the bus stop on time, obviously. G, provided that they discuss properly. So provided that is also a kind of, provided is if they discuss properly, it's just like that, matches with the problem might be solved. H, as long as they communicate well, obviously one option is left, that is they won't have any misunderstanding. Okay, this is what the matching with the continuation of sentences, and they together they form yes, conditional sentences. So till now we have not gone through the structure, but we know it how matching. We can match this by the situations or the sentence, the style, the continuation, how it could continue, right? Not by the structure, by the situation given, by the words, right? We have matched it. We will come to know it soon. How does it work? How the remaining portion we fill up the remaining portion, how the condition and the another result is matches, how it works, we will come to know it soon. But before that we have some more activity to do. Okay, B, that is B. Complete the following sentences using correct form of the verbs in the brackets. Okay, till now we just guess. Okay, we guess and complete it. Here it goes, the exercise. If it is cold, I did a coat. B, if Purna helps with housework, his mother did more time for him. C, if I were a bird, I did a good observation of the land below. D, if I did not go to Mustang, I would visit Muktinath. And E, if I did not be a billionaire, I would buy a castle. Okay, so verbs are here: where, have, make, go, and be. Now let's put this verb in the right form, correct form. So how it would be? It would give a meaningful. So how it could be formed a meaningful sentence. Are you ready, all of you? Good, very good. I hope you all of you are ready. Now let's start with A. If it is cold, what? I will wear a coat. I will wear a coat. B, if Purna helps with the housework, his mother will have more time for him. C, if I were a bird, then I would make a good observation. D, if I would visit Muktinath, if I went to Mustang, I would visit Muktinath. E, If I be. So be verb, what do we fill up over here? Where. If I were a billionaire, I would buy a castle. Okay. Now let's continue it. Some more sentences are there. F. I would save petrol if you drove more carefully. Did you fill up the same? Very good. Okay. G. Say hello if you see her. H. Provided that you consent, I will take a few days leave next week. I. Take care of pains. The parents will take care of themselves. Okay, so with this we have come to the end of grammar I activities, exercises. So well done everyone, we have successfully completed our grammar I activities. Now we are moving to grammar I. So let's check it out, what's there. Grammar I. Okay. Okay, now we are in grammar I. So what sorts of exercises are there? Let's check it out. A. Complete the following sentences using the correct form of verbs in brackets. Okay, starting with A. If Gaurav were the captain, the team play better. So what to fill up over here? What is it? Yes, would play. Where the captain, that's why would play. Okay, moving to B. What's there? I did not call you. Had I known you were in Nepal. Had I known. So what should be here? I would have called. Right, I would have called you had I known you were in Nepal. Then C. What is there in C? If he did not come to Nepal, he would not have seen Mount Everest. So what do we feel over here? Had not come. If he had not come to Nepal, he would not have seen Mount Everest. D. Had you arrived a bit earlier, you did not see Manasi. What to feel over here? You would have seen Manasi. Let's continue next. Here we go. E. We could slow down global warming if we did not reduce energy consumption. So what should we fill up here in the blanks? Yes, we reduced. F. If he were to see me, he did not know me at once. What do we fill up over here? Yes, would know me at once. G. Were Regisa in the USA, she be working for a company? What should we fill up here? Yes, were Regisa in the USA, she would be working for a company. H. How would you feel if someone did not ask for you an autograph? Okay, what to fill up over here? Asked. Yes, the right answer will be, the full statement will be, how would you feel if someone asked you for an autograph? Two more questions left, okay? I. What did you do if Keshav had proposed you for marriage? So what would you have done? What would you have done if Keshav had proposed you for marriage? Z. If I have a life jacket, I could certainly swim across the river. If I had a life jacket, I could certainly swim across the river. Okay, this time you have you just have to put verbs in the correct forms. Now, next activity that we are going to do. Alright, let's go through activity B. Complete the following sentences with appropriate clauses. So, before this, in activity A, we just completed the sentences with correct form of the verb. Here, you have to add the clause, okay, full clause to complete this whole sentence, to give a complete meaning. A, if you don't leave soon, what happens? Okay, you will be late, right? You'll be late. B, if it rains in winter, it will be cold. C, as long as you tell the truth, what happens? You will be in safe side as long as you tell the truth. E, a country cannot develop unless youth don't work hard. F, if they insult you, what to fill up over here? Okay, the right answer is, what will you do if they insult you, right? Okay, you might be thinking how these remaining clauses are filled off on the basis of the previous clause. That we are going to discuss that in detail in a structure level. All right, so conditional sentence, look at the board once. Conditional sentence, we were talking about what? Condition or conditional. So conditional sentence. Conditional sentence is also called if clause. Conditional sentence is also called if clause. Alright. So how these conditional sentences if clause works? The first, let me form a sentence. If I were a bird, I would fly in the sky. Okay, this is a conditional sentence. Here is a condition like being a bird, right? So in conditional sentence, what is there in conditional sentence? So we have two parts. One, if I were a bird, one portion, I would fly in the sky, another. Two clauses are there. One is dependent, right? If I were a bird, what? Is not clear. That's why this one is dependent clause. This is called dependent clause. I would fly in the sky. This is independent clause. So we have two clauses in conditional sentence if clause. So while filling up the next portion, it is depend upon the verb you use. Here, if I were a bird, this is verb 2, right? Verb 2. That's why here use of would is there. That's why we are using would over here. I would fly. This is verb 1. And how does it work in every sentences? Every sentences, we are going to check out that there in the slide. All of you ready? Okay. So let's observe the sentences and we come to know the structure of each sentence. So here it goes. The first one, structure. Okay. Here is an example. If you boil water, it changes into vapor. What do you see here? How many clauses are there? If you boil water, as I informed you, as I told you, if you boil the water is one clause. What is this? Dependent or independent? This is dependent, right? Dependent clause. It changes into vapor. It changes into vapor is independent. So it requires both clauses to give complete sense, complete meaning. Both clauses are dependent upon each other, though okay, I told you that second one is the one with if is dependent and another is independent, but the ultimate meaning, clear meaning is given when both clauses are there. So if clause, this portion is called if clause. if clause. This is called what? If clause. And another portion is called main clause. This main clause, independent clause, whatever you call this, another portion is main clause. And in this sentence, okay, let's analyze the structure of this sentence. What do you find over here? If you boil water, what is the structure of this? If you boil water, what is the structure? Yes, subject is there, right? Subject, if, of course if is there. So let's not talk about if, just this structure, we analyze this one. Subject, you, boil, either verb 1 or verb 5 is there. So here is verb 1. How does it change? If this is the situation, what it changes into vapor. So here is the, okay, remaining portion will be also subject verb 1 verb 5. Why? Because this is there is a condition. Condition is cause and effect. So if you cause water to boil, it changes into vapor. So if there is condition of cause and effect, then this will be the balance. Subject verb 1 verb 5, subject verb 1 verb 5. Likewise, let's go to another example. Are you ready, all of you? Very good. Look at here. Another example. If you call him, he will come to meet you. He will come to meet you. Don't you think the first example and this is similar? But there is change, right? Use of will is there instead of verb 1 and verb 5. Why? Why there is insertion of will? Actually, this is the way we do when there is use of in if clause. In if clause, if there is verb 1 verb 5, obviously your main clause will be subject, shall, will, may, must plus verb 1. This is the thing you have to do. But in example number 1, there is cause and effect. Okay, condition, cause and effect is there. That's why there wasn't use of shall, will, may and must. This is what you need to remember to complete if clause. Now let's move to next example. Okay, next example is, if I were a bird, I would fly in the sky. Okay, just before we practice on the board, right? So what is the structure of this statement? If clause and main clause is there. So our if clause is made up of subject and verb to I were. And if we have subject plus verb 2 in our if clause, then our main clause would be subjects would, should, could, might plus verb 1. Okay, so as it is given in the example, if I were a bird, I would fly in the sky, would fly. Okay, all right. Now next example 4. If they had studied hard, they would have passed the exam. Okay, what is the structure of this statement? If they had studied. If clause, main clause. Our if clause is formed of had plus B3, subject had plus B3. If we have such structure in our if clause, our main clause would be subject would, should, could, might plus have and then V3. Okay, so look at here, they would have passed. The next example, had he not labored hard, he would have failed the test. Okay, let's study about this structure of this conditional sentence. What would be main clause? Okay, we have if clause and then main clause. Our if clause is made up of had. Okay, it started with had, subject B3. All right. So this had over here works as if as well. Okay, if as well, and then perfect as well. It is used for perfect tense as well. Had plus V3. That's why our main clause would be subject would, should, could, might, have plus V3. Okay, so did you get that? Read this example properly. Had he not labored hard, he would have failed the test. All right. Okay, we have next structure, that is 6 number. Okay, what is given here in 6 number statement? If you want to pass the exam, work hard. Oh, this is again different, right? In our if clause, what can we see over here? If you want to pass the exam, then why in main clause it is just work hard? Okay, there is only bhav 1 and bhav 1, right? Why it is so? So we have this structure subject plus bhav 1 bhav 5 again. We have already discussed about this structure. There should be shall, will, shall, will plus bhav 1, isn't it? But here is only bhav 1 because there is condition. What is the condition? Imperative. This is imperative. If you want to pass the exam, that's why here bhav 1 only, work hard. Okay, this is the way it works. So different condition also impacts how we fill up our main clause. Okay, let's go through next example. Okay, we have number 7. Unless we study hard, we can't pass the exam. Okay, how does it work? We have main clause over here, we have if clause over here, we have if clause over here, main clause. Our if clause is made up of unless plus subject plus bhav 1. But what is there in our main clause? Yes, subject, will, shall, can, may, must, and there is insertion of not plus bhav 1. Why it is so? Because we have unless over here. So due to unless, when there is use of unless, we use not, okay, negative form in our main clause. Then what is there next? All right, if she were here, I could explain to her. She were, okay, generally subject bhav agreement, while using subject bhav agreement, do we say she were? I were, we say, right? If I were, with I we use were. We are confirmed, we are sure about that. But here she were, we use she was, right? Yes, of course. We use he was, she was, right? With singular subject, we use singular verb. But here we make use of were in conditional sentence. That is what we should not forget. Note, in if clause or conditional sentences, among was and were, every subject, either singular or plural, takes were. Okay, this is not to forget. You are not to forget, we use were instead of, okay, what do we use? Look at the board. I were, right? She were, he were, they were, either singular or plural. All takes were. Okay, so this is only in where? If clause or conditional sentences. In conditional sentences, we use were instead of was, either singular or plural subject. Okay, so with this, I hope you have understood now how to fill up the remaining portion, either if clause is missing or the main clause is missing, right? So let me check whether you have learned or not. I have some exercises for you. Here are some exercises. Look at here. Okay, what should be filled up over here in these exercises? If you buy a book, a pen, what should we fill up? If you buy a book, I will buy a pen, obviously, right? I will buy a pen. Similarly, 2 number, if you can't answer my questions, If you can't answer my questions, read well. This is just like instruction, right? Instruction, imperative. 3. If I can always keep a car. What? If need be, needs be, needed be, will be. What will be the answer? If needs be, I can always keep a car, right? Then 4. Had I worked hard, I did out the exam. What should we fill up over here? Come on, fast. I know you are very smart enough. What is the answer? Yes, would have passed. Then number 5. If I did out you, I would buy a bike. Okay, what is here? If I were. Okay. Then instead of I, if there is if she, then if she was, right? No, if she were. If she were if she were you, she would buy a bike. Okay, with this we have completed, okay, we have together completed all the exercises, activities given in grammar I and I. So what do we have learned today? Yes, conditional sentences. We have learned all types of conditional sentences, discuss about the structures and examples, fill in the blanks. I hope you enjoyed today's class and learned all the activities, exercises along with this. So I would like to say that's all for today. Thank you. Namaste.